I'm sure it's not just me, but does anyone else feel like getting new yarn and actually using all of it are two different hobbies? There's really nothing like finding the perfect yarn skein for your project and then making that project, but then having yarn left over and not knowing what to do with all that leftover yarn. So in this video, I'm going to share 5 of my favorite scrap yarn projects to make with that leftover yarn. First up, let's talk about scrunchies. They're really trendy right now, and they're the perfect thing to make with leftover scrap yarn. You can create scrunchies in all kinds of colors and textures, and they're perfect for adding a pop of color to your outfit or even giving as gifts to special friends and family. I really love how versatile scrunchies are, and the options of how you can make them are truly limitless. You can use a variety of yarn types, think chunky, glittery, or even texture yarns, and they take very little time to make, and the process is so simple. Just crochet a tube, gather it around an elastic band, and voila, you have a chic accessory in no time. Next, let's get into clothing. Using yarn scraps to create tops and bottoms is a really fun way to create unique and custom garments. You can mix and match different colors and textures to make a piece that's truly one of a kind. You can make bralettes and pants, and one of my favorite scrap tops that I've actually made recently is this one that I'm wearing. I'll put the exact link for the pattern down below in the description box. But I've seen these all over my Pinterest feed lately. For tops, you can make anything from cozy crop sweaters to a funky tank top. And for bottoms, you can consider making a cute pair of shorts or a skirt or pants. Just remember to match your yarn types and consider the weights of your yarn to ensure a comfortable fit. If you're using more bulky yarns, you can even use 2 strands of thinner yarn weights so that the weights will be more consistent. Also really enjoyed making this crochet shrug with yarn scraps and find that sleeves and shrugs are perfect to make and use up all your scraps. You can mix and match different colors and textures and check out the full tutorial for this shrug here on my channel. Hats are another perfect way to use up all those yarn scraps. And you can get really creative with the style. You can make a beanie or a beret or even a slouchy hat, and just mix and match all those different colors and textures and make a functional accessory. My personal favorite scrap yarn hat that I made was this beanie that I used all of my scrap yarns up to make and really embraced all of the scraps by exposing the yarn ends on this one. Mixing yarns can give your hat a fun and textured look, and try experimenting with different color combinations or textures. And don't be afraid at all to use ugly yarns for this. You can even tie them all together and make one easy yarn ball to crochet with. It looks so cool to embrace those yarn scraps as well and leave those scrappy yarn endings exposed. Plus, you can use up all those tiny leftover balls of yarn that are too small for other projects. Are you a crochet beginner and want to learn all of the basics in one place? Well, if so, I just launched a crochet course and I put it in the description box below. It has over 5 hours of tutorial videos and 5 crochet projects, so you should definitely check that out. I'm only going to be enrolling for a limited time in this crochet course, and we're going to be having 2 live Q&A sessions later on in the month. So if you want to check this out, definitely check it out in the description box below and join me there. Also, I have a free 12-page ebook where I share crochet cheat sheets that have everything from conversion charts, really helpful how to read a yarn label guides, and all kinds of stuff. You can check that out in the description box below and download your free copy. Now, I'm sharing this video in the month of August, and on August 15th is officially Granny Square Day. So of course, I naturally had to add that granny squares are a perfect yarn scrap project to make. I'll be sharing more about the origin story of the granny square and how it came to be later on in the month, but basically the granny square was invented to use yarn scraps. They were quite literally made so that you can use up any scrap fabrics that you might have lying around so that nothing could go to waste and you could use them to make really useful things. If you're not sure what granny square patterns to make, you should definitely check out this video next where I share 100 free granny square patterns. And then after that one, you should check out this video where I share 50 different things to make with granny squares. Granny squares are a classic and versatile way to use up all those yarn scraps. They're perfect for creating blankets, bags, or even clothing items. You can play around with different colors and patterns, and there aren't just traditional motifs, but there's so many different types of granny squares that you can make. One of my favorite granny square projects I made recently was actually this dress. It was a fun one to make, and I actually used the Granny Square all-in-one red heart yarn to do it. Another fun one to make was this Granny Square bucket hat. It was pretty simple and easy as well, so if you're looking for a simple, quick project, you should definitely check it out. Another great use for small yarns, even ones that are little tiny scraps that you're not sure what to do with, are to use them as stuffing for amigurumi. They are perfect for this purpose, even if you aren't the biggest amigurumi crocheter. Like, I know I don't personally make a lot of amigurumi makes, even though I think they're so cute. I just personally love to create more crochet clothing and accessories. But even I personally love making crochet 3D flowers and find that using my tiny yarn scraps are the perfect way to get rid of them all by using them as stuffing. Or if you're making ornaments for the holiday season and you're creating those round crochet baubles, you can use your little bits of yarn scraps for stuffing for that. And you can even combine them with polyfill if you want them to be more stuffed, and just combine a bit of yarn scraps in there to get rid of them all. Or if you're also using those little clear sort of ornaments for the holiday season, you can stuff your colorful yarn scraps in there and it looks so cute and aesthetic. Well, I hope you enjoyed my 5 favorite crochet projects to make with yarn scraps. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to join me each week for more crochet inspiration. If you want to see more yarn scrap projects to make, also let me know in the comments below. I can definitely make another video on different yarn scrap makes. I'm always looking for different ways to use up my yarn scraps so that nothing can go to waste. Also, over 90% of you all that are watching these videos are not subscribed. So if that's you and you enjoy these videos, definitely subscribe. It really goes a long way in helping out this channel. And if you click that bell next to the subscribe button, you'll be notified of each time I post so you can get more crochet inspiration and fiber art, vlogs, and tutorials. Well, thank you for watching, and I hope you'll join me in the next one.